Cover up there. So yeah. Well, today I did the well, for my day it starts at night time when I'm working, It's part of my conditioning to, I'm different, so my world is the way it is for me. Like, when you have you work for a company, you're a part of a couple of social groups that you get together with regularly. You put these three together, and that is your world. Obviously, don't get along with everyone, but they're a lot more understanding. So I had this guy, he's talking, he was talking to me. It comes to my mind, but it didn't stress me out or annoy me. But just I'm using for example now. So this would have been about, was it 2 weeks ago or just less? About 2 weeks ago. This guy said to me that I may as well just go and join a gang, because I don't know why he said that, but they say that when I was growing, okay, so in my 20s, whenever someone brought up ADHD, my thought pattern was, no, I pay all my bills on time. When I make a mess, I clean it up, and at the very least, I clean it up, like make sure my room and all that is clean by the end of the day, at the very least. Well, this place is all clean. See? I'm leaning this up against my bottle of water. That's what I carry around with me. After this, I'm going to go for another patrol and do my welfare, because it's 9:08 and it's 1:45 to 1:15, and we have to do the welfare. So yeah, that's what I thought what ADHD was. I was like really hyperactive. I mean, I was as a kid, because like I'd be on the tramp. Another example of things working out in my favour. I used to have a hobby of throwing the rugby ball up in the air as high as I could, and then I would bounce that back on my back on the trampoline. Obviously, once I'd got some height, jumped, I was like ding, about maybe 3 or 4 times. And I'd throw the rugby ball up as high as I could, and I'd be falling down on my back because I found it fun. And then I would come back up and I'd catch the ball. I would do this for like 2 hours. And I used to play bull rush with my mates around the bull rush with certain mates of mine around the neighbourhood, and at lunchtime at school. And there was times when I thought I was laughing. I'm having a laugh now because it's like thank you to the year sixes back then, because year 1 is the first year of primary school and year 6 is the last year of primary school. And I remember being like year 2 playing rugby against the year 6s, and I thought I was real awesome because I'd scored 2 tries. There was 2 times where I remember scoring a try, and I kept showing up and kept going hard. And I remember these guys, I'm putting myself in their shoes now. I remember these guys going like, wow, this guy's like, he shows up every time. He's like, you're a pretty hard out, solid kid, So they would have been like 10 years old, and I would have been like 5 or 6. And I thought I was pretty, and I was hanging out there, and I was able to survive against the big boys. And on the very, very rare occasion, maybe like once a month, I remember twice getting a try. Now I'm putting myself in their shoes now, like I have a feeling they let me get it, But that gave me huge self-esteem, and I remember like I wasn't supposed to. The doctor said I wasn't going to amount to anything. I wasn't going to be able to keep fit. I wasn't going to be able to run and all this type of thing. And I'm going to give some props to my parents, because my father used to take me to the running track, And he was like, I don't care what they say, you're gonna run this amount of laps and you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you, but you're not gonna stop and you're not gonna be walking. You'll be running and jogging, but I'll never see you walking, and you will finish this lap, or you will finish these amount of laps around the around the running course. And I used to feel like a champ every time I done it, because I was like, yeah, I did it. And he was like, don't let these doctors, what they say about you, stop you, And it still influences me today, because that's what my father was like towards me. He didn't stop. He didn't go to my games though, because he said he got sick and tired of watching us losing. But by the time we ended up, because rugby league is like they have one professional team here in New Zealand, but they have regional competitions in most parts of the country, but it's not big enough for professional. But there's 15? Yeah, 15 professional rugby league teams in Australia and one in New Zealand. So the New Zealand one is in Auckland Warriors, and I was in Auckland till I was 14, and by the time I was 10 years old, I was a two-time West Auckland Rugby League champ. So I've taken that attitude with me for the rest of my life, and that's why I know I'm going to get to the point where I'm earning double the amount as the average person, and I'm going to stay in that company and that industry, providing my request is this, that providing that I can do education and then continuously improve my pay grade each year. Providing that's the case, I'll stay. And if I get to 3 or 4 times the amount as the average person, I'll just stay there. So, I had this person tell me that, you know what, the way you're going, you may as well just go join a gang. And he said that Armageddon was a gang. In a way, it's a great gang of people. It's just the people who look after each other. You can go to any company, but they're just trying to degrade me. But I just found it hilarious, because it's just another limit. I had to overcome all the limitations of understanding. Like, I thought that autistic people were like, walking around like that. And I feel sorry when I see those people. That's why I don't take any resources for myself, because I want them to get all the resources. But I thought because I wasn't like that, I wasn't autistic. I was just weird and didn't fit in with anybody, except for very few people. And now I'm an adult. These very few people have all been either diagnosed with ADHD or autism. Because Asperger's has now become high-functioning autism, because in the Nazi regime, they would get all the autistic kids and the autistic people, and Hitler wanted to kill them all. But Franz Asperger would say, hey, look, these ones are autistic, but they're physically able to work, so don't kill them, because you can use them for physical labor. So the term Asperger back then was a lifesaver for autistic people, because they wouldn't kill us because we could be used for physical labor. You guys want to know else what is funny? When I was like 9 or 10 years old, we had these, I don't know if they might still have them today, but you have the primary school, we had the mediators, which they'd have an orange high-vis, and they would be given a walkie-talkie, and their job was to make sure that that other kids were not bullying the other kids. Kids weren't bullying other kids. Our job was to report them to the teacher. Our job was to stop people from bullying others. And I remember 10-year-olds, when I was 10 years old, picking on 5-year-olds, I'd be like, hey, cut your shit out, man. I used to be like that. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And then we'd deal to it.